Hey guys, Kevin here. Back in the garage. Real quick, this is the four-wheeler build, unchanged. I figured I'd let you guys know that. I don't know if you've seen it with the new tires on it, but I did get the new tires on it and everything. So, I mean, it's pretty unchanged. I had to get spacers and new bolts for the rear sprocket, just haven't yet. The motor still leaks a lot of gasoline out of the gasket. I don't know what's wrong with it because the gasket is good. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. GX 240 engines. But anyway, getting into the elephant in the room, got this Murray here. Somebody had Hillbilly the shit out of it, spray painted all this flat black, and put some freaking homosexual racer stripes on it. And the way I got it, it looked exactly like this, except for it had different front tires on it, and the front left tire was flat. And the motor did not run, and it had a really crappy seat on it. So what I did is I put the seat off of the old Murray wide body that I attempted to build, and I took the front tires off the old Craftsman 4x2. I didn't take them off. These were the old rims and tires that were on it. They're dry rotted as hell, but they still hold air, so that's all that matters. Under the hood, got a 14.5 OHV Briggs. And I mean, I put new fuel line on it and got it running. It runs really good, actually. I put a bolt on the intake. It didn't have a bolt there. I kind of like the muffler. Somebody put this engine on here because they had to cut the hood out right there. There's a perfectly cut hole here and a really riggy, sketchy hole over there. So yeah, it rubs when you shut it. So somebody cut this hole, I have to put that in there, but I don't really mind. I kind of like the exhaust the way it is. But I put those new tires on so it rolls. And the rear tires are actually really nice. Battery's junk, electrical's all fucked up. Now I've torn the bar out and I adjusted it a little bit after it fell out. And instead of putting the old cotter pin back in, the one that I took out, I'll put this pin in here instead. It snaps in easier. I'm not exactly sure what these are called, but I know that they're a lot easier to get in and out, so I'm just going to put this in here instead of the shitty cotter pin. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Went in nice and smooth. Now, I think I'm just going to put this thing up on blocks, open all the doors up, fire her up, see if I can get the rear end to move and stop the way I want it to. I'm hoping, at least, that the clutch is working the way it's supposed to, because I've never seen a clutch not move the belt. So I'm not sure how it's working, but I know the stupid pulley don't move. I don't know how this damn thing works, honestly. But as long as it works, I mean, whatever. As long as it works. Alright, so what I've got going on here is I got my electric push mower here to help start this here. If you don't know what this is, it's a semi-truck AGM battery on a push mower fueled by angry chickens. I'm just kidding. And I have a couple wires hung up to it. This is the ground side here, and it runs all the way up, and I have it hooked to the little oil drain plug here because it's steel and it's a good grounds it right to the motor. Essentially, I will hook this wire right there to the starter to start it, and this jumper wire here that I have hooked to the positive side will go to my fuel solenoid. So I have to trace that wire. Obviously, black is ground and the red's going to be the power, so I got to trace that red line. It comes up into the block and comes out over here. So the red wire, which is going to be this one, needs to go in there. Let me sit you down here real quick. So that's got to go right in there, and you can hear it clicking. See, you see the sparks? I got to get it in there good though. There we go. Alright, it's hooked up. Let's get her started. Get you in a better spot here. Let me get you, have you guys, set you guys down on a chair here. Can I get you a good position? I don't know. Really? Really? Alright, alright. Oh, you're kidding right now. You gotta be joking me. Ah. Well, yesterday my camera died, and I was on my way back into the house after I shut the tractor off to get new batteries so I could continue filming. But what had happened was while the tractor was sitting in silence, I could hear a dripping, and I could smell the strong smell of gasoline. And I didn't know where it was or what it was, and it turned out there's a big old crack in the gas tank. Now, I did fix it and resealed it with this fancy epoxy sealant here, and I think it's gonna hold, and it seems pretty good. I had to tape the end up and put the cap on so it didn't smell like gasoline in my house. But yeah, I sealed that all up, but I had to take the entire dash apart just to get the tank out, if you know Murray's. And since I did that, I started on the wires. Now what I've done is I took another ignition switch here and wired it all up separately because I wanted it to be that way, because there's an extra power cable that wasn't hooked up in the harness. And I have it all wired up here. I just need to tape up these little odd ends here and tape around each one of these so that they don't touch and short anything out. I do have a fuse in here, so if it does short out, I will blow the fuse, which is good. I like that. What I don't know though is there's this wire right here, and I hooked it together like it was in the harness, and these two wires come out of the same hole. What the fuck are these for? That's all I want to know. There's two of them. I've touched them with a test light. They don't show any ground on any level, and they don't show any power. So they're not putting anything out of the switch. So I don't know what it's for. I don't know what it does. I'm confused. For now, I'm just going to bind it together and tape it, because I don't know what the hell it does. It doesn't seem to be, like there's nothing I'm missing in this motor. I can start it, yeah, I can hook the charge system up, everything. Hook the lights up, here's the cable for the lights. So, I mean, but then last night I ran out of electrical tape. There's a little left on this roll, but it's not sticky, and that bugs the shit out of me. So, I had to go get another roll, and it's in the house, I have to go get it. But yeah, so I gotta finish this freaking wiring, and then once that's done, I'll put the gas tank back in, and then once that's done, then the dash can go back together. I can put a battery in it, fire this bitch up, and go for a ride. And then after that, it'll be stripping deck stuff, and then finding a new pulley and belt for the front, and this thing's basically done. For tires, I'm probably gonna leave them the way they are over the winter, because I don't want to buy new tires just to let them sit outside. But if I do put tires, there's going to be trail wolves on the back, and probably just a set of X-Track tires the same size as these for like a snow blower. I think that'll give it a good look, because I really don't want to put 8-inch rims in the front because it's going to give it a weird offset. I don't like it. So yeah, I'm hoping that it all works out okay, and I'm going to have to get back to work today then. Well, I got the wiring and everything put back together. Battery is in it. It's a brand new battery. It was out of another tractor, but it happened to have been sitting in the garage, so I figured I'd just use it for now. There's my fuse right there. And it's all in there. The only issue I have is I wired the charging system back up. The fuel solenoid and the charging system are all on the same wire. What I didn't realize is that it kicks it on when you start cranking it over. I didn't think about that, so I just wired it right up to the battery. So once I try to start it and then leave the key on, it starts burning that charging system because it's trying to put charge into it, and it's not supposed to. So one of these days I'll have to tear all this back apart and figure out which wire's going where and which wire needs to go somewhere else. And for some reason the coil is being grounded out too, so I need to figure out why. And I know there's 2 wires that are the same color, and I think I swapped them on accident. So I'll just have to go back through and fix the wiring whenever I get a chance to. I mean, it's all coming together slowly. Gas tank's all sealed up. I put gas in it. It holds, which is great. Everything seems to be okay. I know the motor runs great, so this is going to be probably the next mud build, but it's not going to be a big crazy mud build. It's just not like the Craftsman where it's all lifted and ridiculous and has the huge tires. This is just going to have like trail wolves on the back and little X-Track tires in the front. It's just going to be a small mud build, probably going to go a little faster than usual. Just something to play around with. So then I was just going to wire it all up to an ignition switch, because I didn't mention that, but I didn't feel like putting push button and everything on it because I would have to drill through the steel and the plastic, and I don't know. I'd just rather leave an ignition switch because it's probably more friendly for visitors. This is, I mean, because that machine over there is mine for sure. She's sitting pretty over there. That's mine for sure. But this one's probably going to be more user-friendly for somebody who comes over and wants to ride. I apologize for the wind. But I do want to mention that I am back. I won't be uploading as regularly as I did before, but I will be uploading. It probably won't be, it may be once a week, and maybe once a month. Whenever I get a chance to get in the garage, you know. It's actually been a little warmer now, but it's supposed to snow at 4 o'clock today, so that's why I'm hurrying up and getting my stuff out of here. If you look at the sky, it looks blue on the camera, but it really isn't. It's like a dark shade of gray. That usually means snow, so I got to get out there and button up all the truck and everything and get ready for the snow. So I thank you guys for clicking on the video and watching, and I'll see you next time. If you're interested, go ahead and check out my gaming channel. I'll leave it in the description below, and thanks for watching.
Well guys, what did I tell you? Here's the Murray and what she looks like now. We got 8 inches overnight. This is bullshit. How did we get 8 inches of fucking snow overnight? Look at my fucking foot. My tracks coming back here to sweep the fucking Craftsman off. We're about to go for a romp today.